Hold on a second, let me... All right. My dog is barking in the background there. All right, so 25 is... So now we're talking about a different topic, really. Even functions and odd functions. I'm going to talk about even functions first. I'm going to talk about both even functions and odd functions. I'm not sure how deep you're getting into this topic, so I'm going to kind of keep it brief. An even function is symmetric. Oops. I think that does get another M in there. Symmetric about the y-axis. So that's to say, if I have a point there, I've got to have a point there. That's reflected about the y-axis. So a point here implies I got to have a point there. If I have a point here, I have to have a point there. Every point, one way to think of it is you go directly at the y-axis a certain distance, and then you keep going that same distance on the other side of the y-axis. Sometimes that's written, you could say if this was the point AB, let me think about this point here. It went just as far in the negative x direction as this point went in the positive x direction. So instead of this having a coordinate, an x-coordinate of a, it's got an x-coordinate of negative a, and it's in the same place in the y direction. So that y-coordinate is the same as that y-coordinate, and consequently I could write that point like that. I guess I'm going to finish talking about this problem, and then just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and talk about odd functions, seeing as that might be something you're supposed to know as well. If you have the point negative 6, comma 5, negative 6 fifths, and comma 8, if that's one point, and it's symmetric about the y-axis, which is what it means when it's an even function, that's going to be, let's say that's our point negative 6 fifths, comma 8, and that's the point we're talking about, then I must have a point over there, symmetric about the y-axis. My x-coordinate just switches, the sign switches, so that's got to be 6 over 5, and my y-coordinate is just going to be 8. Same y-coordinate. So that's a point symmetric. That, if it's an even function, that's an additional point that the function would have. And so that's our answer, and that is answer choice E. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to talk about odd functions. Odd functions are a little different. Odd functions are symmetric about the origin. So we'll make up a problem similar to this one. Let's say it's an odd function. And it doesn't matter what point you pick. Let's say it's the point 2, 3. So we got to come up with another point. An odd function does this. If this is one point on the odd function, then the other point, then an other point goes directly at the origin and keeps going the same distance on the other side of the origin. So that says that if this is one point, another point would be down here.